Abrams, or more commonly known as DJ Dabes, is an international multi-genre DJ and music mentor who has spent the last few years serving tunes to club and festival goers in the UK. Since starting his career in 2018, he's brought big vibes and bangers to student unions, been featured on Capital FM, and worked with BBC Radio Wales. He's performed on main stages at festivals all over the UK, and currently has a residency at the iconic Cardiff nightclub, Clwb Evil Back. He's recently embarked on a joint endeavour with fellow Welsh DJ Molly Palmer, the pair performing together as a duo, coining themselves the Welsh Chicks. Dan also performed at Pride Cymru this summer. In his own words, pop music is what keeps Dabes truly living and breathing, and he's here today to talk about his favourite year of music with us. Hello!
I love that. Hello! Oh my god, I'm literally smiling from ear to ear.
He just loves people chatting nice things
literally,
about him.
that's my love language. It's validation.
Yeah. So I just kind of like knock on your door and just be like,
please.
I've prepared some things.
Please, just like, you know, in Love Actually, when he's at the door with
I know
just
it too
please,
well.
please.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about music.
I'm so excited. Thank you for thinking of me. I'm really excited to like hear what you're going to release and who else is going to be on the podcast. But yeah, no, honestly, yeah, I feel like my whole life was like built up to this moment. Like, you know, Radio 1 do like the anthem show.
Of course.
I would do mine on 2016.
Wow.
Like,
okay, so Dabes has just revealed his year, which is 2016.
Sadly, Carrie Fisher is just one of a long list of high-profile people who have died this year.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
The British people have spoken, and the answer is, we're out.
When I spoke to you about recording this, you replied almost instantly.
I did.
I think you said 2016, babe.
Yeah, literally. Oh, yeah, because I was torn between 2016 and 2015 because I wanted to get Into You by Ariana in there. Mm-hmm. But she released Dangerous Woman in 2016, so it's fine. Yeah. Like, I'm literally like just going to loop in and title nicely.
Gotta get some Ariana Grande in there. If you're going to talk about pop music, which is what keeps you living and breathing, literally, as we know. Yeah,
no, it truly does.
So we'll go back to music. Tell us a bit about what you're up to at the moment.
So I'm actually off to Shropshire tomorrow. Oh, okay. Me and Molly, we're DJing at Camp Festival in Shropshire, and we're super excited. It's going to be like cute, wholesome vibes. It's more of a family vibe to the one in Dorset. So we're going to be there for 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And we're also representing, it's called the Church of Love.
Okay. And
basically you can get fake married in this inflatable church. Amazing. We did it in Dublin. It was so sick. It's like you get bridesmaids, a crowd, a DJ, like suit, rings, like everything for like, well, it was like €20 in Dublin. So imagine like 20.
Bargain.
Yeah, absolute steal. Honestly, it was amazing. So we're going to do that again in Shropshire, and literally we're so excited.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So actually, the first time we met, we were both talking on a panel about music.
Oh my god.
And we just had a nice little chuckle on the sofa. Yeah. That was being taken quite seriously, wasn't it? But we had a good laugh.
We made it as funny as we could and professional as we could.
It was professional. Since then, I've bumped into you several times because, as we said, you DJ in club.
Yes.
Which is the best nightclub in Cardiff.
Yeah, I don't know how I finessed that. Like, so I bagged a residency there back in late 2019. Mm-hmm. Like, I was doing Tuesdays to begin with, and then I moved over to a Friday at the beginning of 2020, just before lockdown, which is like so classic. But yeah, like I literally sent off a playlist to club of like, this is what I play. This is like, it was like a Tuesday vibe at the time, so it was like in competition. It was like kind of like Revs but more poppy. Yeah. Okay. For like a Tuesday student night. So I sent off a playlist to them, and they were like, yeah, come in, we love it. Yeah. So it's awesome.
So at the moment you're doing Nuke on a Friday.
Yeah, so back on a Friday now.
Yeah, the amount of times I've seen you since, and I'm just like practically in the booth with you. Dabes!
Yeah, honestly, I love it. I honestly live for it.
You do a very good club night. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. Oh,
just pop classics.
I never know like how people actually think, like, or like how like people actually respond. Obviously, like people are there, they have a great time, they're dancing, singing, whatever. But like I don't really get much feedback, so it's lush to hear that. Honestly,
it's always good. I always love going to club on a Friday. So I could talk about Nuke on a Friday club for hours. But we're here to talk about 2016.
Yes.
Tell me a quick too long don't read. Why did you choose 2016?
Because that year for pop, it literally saved my life. It
Wow,
literally,
big claim.
Like, yeah, like I don't know how I got through 2016 without like the pop music that came out. Like it was an awful year politically and personally.
Yeah.
So much shit went down that year. So I was just like, yeah. And like for me as well with like my personal like growth, like because it was like the first year I'd just like proper come out, and like all these pop girls were literally like coming to save us all from like absolute despair, and yeah, they just gave me so much life. Yeah, so I feel like this is also like an ode to women and women in music
without
as well
doubt.
this year, because they literally, oh my god, like they just like were at the forefront.
Fully. And like especially pop artists who are women.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of research, deep dive into 2016.
Yeah.
And like off the top of my head, obviously I was thinking like, you know, you've got your Little Mix.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, as we mentioned.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that I remember, like, that wasn't some shit kind of politics, like Brexit or Theresa May, was Beyonce's Lemonade coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk me through Beyonce.
Okay, so with Beyonce, so she dropped Lemonade at the end of 2015. It was also the same time around like Adele dropped 25, which again was just monumental. So we're talking like two monumental women in music here, like dropping things at the same time. And then that impact obviously lasted like and went into 2016. So I literally finished a shift at Prism at 4 a.m. I was on bar support, and then I stayed up and I literally sat at my laptop with Tidal on waiting for Lemonade to drop, and literally just listened to the whole album like in like back to back, like as like without shuffle.
Yeah.
And it was just, oh my god, like just such a moment in music, because obviously people were kind of expecting it because she did the digital drop with her self-titled album. But like with Lemonade, like with the visual album as well, and like, oh my god, like just, and like all of that like anger and hurt and like all of that, it's just, yeah, it just built up into Lemonade, and it was just iconic.
Oh yeah, it's like a masterpiece really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting you say, you know, about digital drops and things. And you just mentioned you listen to it not on shuffle.
Yeah.
Something for me personally, I will never listen to it. Certainly a first listen, I'll never listen on shuffle.
No, never.
Recently, obviously, Adele has done that thing where she's got rid of shuffle on albums on Spotify. How the hell do you have that power?
I know, right?
I'm putting my foot down.
Legend.
I only put this album out when there's not a shuffle button. Do you ever do that? Listen to an album on shuffle?
I mean, after like a good like 5 listens,
Maybe, yeah.
like I'll have my favorite non-singles. I want to go back to singles. I like, if sometimes, so with like Chromatica, I know we're like straying away now, we're into 2020 right now, but
Bit
like
of Gaga, gotta get the mention.
yeah, you gotta get Gaga in, because obviously she'll have her interludes that go into the next tracks and things. It's like I'll listen to them, so it all kind of like makes sense to my ear and stuff like that. But yeah, I do listen off shuffle, like once like I've listened to an album fully.
That's fair enough.
Just get the whole experience.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a concept album.
Yeah,
like,
which Beyonce oftentimes does.
Yeah.
And that's why Adele did that this year, really, wasn't it? Because of that album. Talking of Adele and Beyonce, obviously you just said 25 came out end of 2015, and then all those singles were in the charts well into 2016.
Yes.
Same with Beyonce, really.
Yeah.
But the other notable thing about those two is they did 2 massive world tours.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Let's talk about Beyonce's. It was a Formation World Tour.
Yeah.
Did you go?
I did go. I went with my mum.
Oh, amazing.
Literally.
How was it?
Oh my god, like, so we were actually quite far away.
Where were you? In Cardiff?
I was in the Millennium Stadium, Principality. Ugh. But yeah, I was with my mum. We had to get like the cheapest tickets because I like bought for my mum to go as like a Christmas or birthday thing.
What a great son.
Honestly, literally I was the best. And like, yeah, I still got the tour T-shirt as well. Like I wear it to bed and everything. But yeah, like it was a lot darker. Like there wasn't much like visually going on. Like she had the screens and like she had a runway and like there was water on there and it was like quite dramatic and very symbolic of like all the hurt again and like just and like the suffering and the personal struggle that she went through, especially like when she was writing about like when she was writing her album, like all that suffering and the scandals and the cheating and everything. So like it was very symbolic. And yeah, it was an amazing show. She did Halo for the last song.
Oh, please.
Like she went in with a choreo and just hit, oh my God, her vocal, like it's just, oh my God, it's insane.
She is another level, isn't she?
Yeah, she is
mental.
Just next level, yeah. And I can't wait. I really hope she does come back to Cardiff now for her next tour.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a statistic. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, what is it?
That Cardiff show alone,
Yeah.
in revenue,
Oh my God.
Beyonce made $5,379,199.
Wow.
Just in Cardiff.
Yeah, wow.
She was like
Half
out on
a
the
bill.
streets with like a hot dog stand.
Yeah.
She wasn't really, but how mad is that? She like must have been an absolute fat wedge off that tour because it was a sold out world tour.
Yeah.
Mental. Who supported her? Do you know?
She only had a DJ. It was DJ Magnum.
That could be you.
I know. I was actually DJ at the time, but I was so mad because
But you were like, I'm gonna be a DJ now.
Yeah. I was actually really pissed because in America, DJ Khaled toured with her and supported her.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, literally another one, and like
And another
one. Like, yeah, he supported her, and like he was promoting on his story. Like, I loved his music at the time. Like, he dropped like For Free with Drake, which was also 2016 banger. And I was like so gassed to hear this live. And then I got there and it was DJ Magnum, and I was like, I can't eat ice cream. Like, fuck's sake. It's quite interesting. Like me and my gays, we always have like these conversations as well of like who can we put on the same level as like other people and stuff like that. And like, I think we equated like with this year's like obviously like release of Summer Renaissance and Gaga like recently did a tour and stuff like that. We probably put Gaga and Beyonce I think like at the same level now. Was like, you know, back in Beyonce's like heyday, like I mean she is still a legend, but like you would say like she was more like the Madonna of like the like 2010s and stuff like that, you know, we just always have these conversations.
It's a good point. She probably like she is as big as Madonna, isn't she?
Yeah.
But like I think maybe the older generation wouldn't recognise that.
Yeah. Like I especially with Gen Z, like the kids don't know Beyonce. Some do, some don't. Like because I teach, and I literally ask them, I'm like, do you know who Beyonce is? And some will say no, and I'll laugh.
Get out of my classroom!
Yeah, literally. I'm like, I'm not teaching you. You failed your class. Get out. You failed. You flunked. You get an F.
A song that you mentioned off camera, very excitably actually. And in fact, I think you said it when I texted you to see if you wanted to be a guest of the podcast.
Yeah.
You said it straight away and I thought, whoa. Mm-hmm. Hold it back. We need stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm just going to name the band.
Yeah.
Fifth Harmony.
Oh my God, yes. My Beatles.
Beatles.
Honestly, those girls, like, so I would honestly say I love Spice Girls. I grew up with Spice Girls as a kid. Like, my sister had all the dolls and stuff like that. Like, I would like watch them on like on the TV, like back in like the early 2000s and all that. And saw them live. Like, I adored them. But I would honestly say that Fifth Harmony is like the girl group of like my day, like my time, because like they came out like literally 2015. They won the X Factor USA.
Yeah.
And then they dropped like their first like little EP, Better Together, and it had like Miss Moving On, which is also doing really well on TikTok as well. Honestly, like I think unless you were like, well, you were a teenage girl, but unless you were a teenage girl or gay, you wouldn't necessarily like know Fifth Harmony.
We said before I listened to like Blur, Stone Roses, and most Muse.
The actual Beatles.
Yeah. The real Beatles.
Like they helped me on like my personal like journey and like transformation as a person, like which is like so deep but also really true, because like they literally like even though it's really complicated actually, like being a harmonizer was so complicated, especially like during like
harmonizer.
Yes,
You're so in it.
I was a harmonizer.
I can see it in
I was a full harmonizer, and like, oh my gosh, and it was really like, because there was like so many like struggles and turmoils in the group as well, like because you got 5 girls, it's like a pressure cooker, like on a tour bus together. You had Camila leave.
Sorry
like,
for the way you're talking about this.
Honestly,
you could make a documentary.
Yeah, I really could, honestly, and loads of stuff, because it was a 10-year anniversary this year as well of being together, of being formed. 727, so that is the album that was released in 2016 by Fifth Harmony, and it include the absolute smash hit, like worldwide banger, Work From Home.
Work From Home, which has become very relevant now.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
again,
it
had a resurgence as well on TikTok and like life because of having to work from home. You know, it gave people like a purpose for 5 minutes and a personality. Sure as hell, like, it literally gave me a personality for like a good 4 years. That song. It really did. It really
it
did.
It gave me personality for about 6 years.
Yeah, literally. I mean, we're still going about it now. So yeah,
still talking about it pretty passionately in 2022.
I just live like in the youth. Like I try to live as young as I can, and like they literally represent like my youth and like and like just my progression as like a young gay person as well. Like you had Into by Ariana Grande, and then Work From Home by Fifth Harmony, and it's like those were like the 2 like big gay bangers at the time.
And how old were we in 2016?
We were like
20,
yeah. So it's like again, we're literally like discovering our own sexuality and sex, and just and like I feel like those 2 songs, but especially Work From Home, like just embody that. Which is obviously quite complicated, because the girls, or like some of the girls, expressed that, you know, they were young and they didn't really like enjoy or felt like it was like best for them to do. Like Camila like has outright said like she dressed up in less revealing clothing because that was like best for her, and that's obviously totally fair and it's everyone's choice. But for me, like that song was just like, oh yeah, it was hope. It was literally hope.
Oh, Dave, that's warmed my heart a little bit.
No, honestly, it truly has. Like pop across that whole year, because like I was like this big gay hairy kid who like only just like come out as well.
Big gay hairy kid.
Honestly, I mean I still am now. So not much has changed, obviously. But yeah, so like those songs really made me feel like hot and like sexy, and made me feel like I could slut drop in the club. I tore about 4 pairs of jeans in revs when that song came out. Like it was awful. But honestly, yeah, they're literally still like in a recycling bag in my hometown somewhere. Like, yeah, and
can't throw them away. My Work From Home.
No, they're my Work From Home jeans. They're framed on my wall, like just like the cutout of the crotch and the hole itself.
Classic. Right, so Fifth Harmony done. Another absolute iconic girl group.
Yeah.
Little Mix.
Obviously.
So they released Glory Days?
Jessie Who.
Jessie Who? Give me the tea on Jessie. What do you think?
Oh my gosh. Opinions? So a bitter and a sweet. With Jessie Nelson, well, she actually, there's rumours. She's not going to confirm anything. It's all like kind of just like rumours. Like I don't want to be like proper cancelled by, you know, Jessie stans. Yeah. But she has been dropped by her label.
Interesting.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. And yeah, like, I mean, it just kind of spiraled after that Instagram live that she had with Nicki Minaj.
Not
Again,
good.
Nicki, please don't like try to hunt me down.
Yeah.
Because she will. She'll kill a bit.
That is someone that I would like respect to Nicki, but I wouldn't like to bump into her in a dark alley.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
she would batter the shit out.
Yeah, literally.
Going back to 2016, all was good and well in the Little Mix
everything camp. Was just like, you know, sisterhood.
Yeah.
Like was so strong. Feminism, like just all that equality. No, like these 4 women, like because they had such an unbreakable bond. They released their album Glory Days, because you got Britney with Glory, and then you had Little Mix Glory Days, and like they really their Glory Days album was probably their best and biggest like body of work
Yeah.
Because you had Shout Out to My Ex. You had Touch. You had Is Your Love Enough, which is like a non-single, which kind of like did quite well.
Yeah.
Again, it had like the album had like 5 singles and loads of like good non-singles. They have a song with Charlie Puth called Oops, but I don't think they like that song.
Interesting.
But they never actually like
Inside
confirm.
scoop with DJ Dabes.
They never confirm why,
Yeah.
but they always have something. There's always a bit of shade with that song, and I'm like, yeah.
So Glory Days by Little Mix actually does slap. It's a great album.
Yes.
It reminds me, like, I've never been... Don't get me wrong, I love pop music. And I feel like in the last, like, couple of years, I've got so into pop music.
Yeah.
But 2016, I was probably more, like, I don't know, indie folk rock kind of thing.
Yeah.
Glory Days by Little Mix was one that I always listened to because my cousin's little girl was about 6 or 7 at the time.
Yeah.
And she loved it. She absolutely loved, like, Shout Out to My Ex and Touch. Mm-hmm. And whenever I had to give her a lift anywhere, like, lift home from school or whatever, she would always request it. In the car.
Yeah.
I could sing it, gun to my head, I could sing it word for word. And I just think it's an absolute great album. And it's just so good. It's a pop album, like a classic girl group.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Honestly, like, and that will really resonate with people as well. Like, because I have friends who are like into like indie and folk rock and alternative music, but they are obsessed with Little Mix.
Yeah.
Because I think again, it's just like, it's that. Well, they make great pop music, but also like the sisterhood that they had, and like they were like these amazing like these huge characters as well, like off the mic, like the amount of interviews I've watched of Little Mix and like funny moments on red carpet.
They came across so well.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was their best friend.
Yeah.
And yeah, like another song is Power.
Yeah.
Which like absolutely goes off and has like drag queens in as well. So like drag was also like becoming on a proper mainstream level as well.
Yeah, because up until that point, like I don't think it was even 2016 only just coming into like the mainstream fold in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
with like Drag Race and things like that.
Yeah, and like because even as a closet gay, I'd like turn my like nose on Drag Race.
Yeah.
I was always like, ooh, like what's that? Ooh, like I don't really bother when inside I'm like, you know, best of both worlds, putting a wig on.
Look in the mirror, you look gorgeous.
Yeah, literally.
But back to pop music.
Yeah.
The last person I want to talk about is Sia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did I exchange notes with you before? Like we actually start recording this?
Not a lot.
Because literally, like every artist, like I want to get into Sia.
I can just read you like a book.
Yeah, it's not hard,
Sia
honestly.
She's got an amazing voice because she did things like, what was that one that she did with
Rachel Zegler, the dancer.
No, yeah, but I'm talking like pre 2016.
Oh my gosh! Right.
Oh my god, I can't think of the name. Oh, Titanium.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Titanium with David Guetta.
And She-Wolf.
Oh,
the lesser.
Fucking She-Wolf. I was talking about She-Wolf the other day. Let me just look at what year Titanium.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like. She was really, after those songs, she was really put on the map then.
Yeah, but I don't think I knew, like, it was Sia for a long time. 2011 it was.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I heard Sia's voice, and I always thought, like, I'm bulletproof.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the best voice ever.
Yeah.
And then, bam, Sia's on the map.
Yeah.
As a solo artist. Because I feel like at that point she was just
and she's
featuring.
Not locked in Beyonce's basement.
No.
As she clarifies.
Yeah. And she released the album in 2016. What was the album called?
1,000 Forms of Fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she had Cheap Thrills.
Yeah. The Greatest.
Unstoppable.
Which is still in the top 40 now.
Is it?
It's always in the top 40 now.
Wow.
Like, I don't know, like, what car ad they're, like, using or what. But, yeah, but, like, it's always in the top 40 now. And I'm like, I never see this song. I don't hear it out.
I know what you mean.
And
another one
everywhere.
that screams car ad is Alive from that same album.
Alive. Yeah.
That screams like Toyota, like,
yeah.
Family car.
And, like, it's really, like, profound, if that's the word.
That whole album is great.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's an amazing album. And like Kendrick features, he did a feature on The Greatest then, and then Sia used that as a tribute to the Orlando Pulse shooting, which happened the same year. So again, it's like, you can just tell, like, people needed pop music.
Yeah.
Because of just how awful the year really was.
Yeah.
Because, like, with the Pulse shooting, it was the biggest terrorist attack since 9/11 and the biggest hate crime, like, to ever happen in the US. And it's just, like...
What year was that?
That was also 2016. That was
2016.
June. I believe that was June.
Wow.
2016. And, yeah, like, I mean, people still talk about it today. Rightly so, because it's, like, you got to, like, show respect to, like, what happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it was just such an awful time, especially if like being queer, like it was, and like I mean, well, being queer, being a woman, being a person of color, being black, like it was, you know, I mean, it still is this day, but like you had Brexit, and like people are only just
Donald Trump got voted in.
Yeah, Donald Trump became president. Theresa May became the prime minister. Like. You had like Russian interference in the voting, like, so it's like you just had like just so like much bad shit happen in that year. So like it makes sense to me that pop music then was just so popular.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Because of what was going on in that year. Like it was, yeah, it's just absolute tragic year. Like I don't want to remember 2016 as well, like, but
We have been speaking about it for about 40 minutes.
really, no,
But you don't know.
yeah, no, I know, yeah, it's like it's really profound, because it's like, yeah, like I don't like talking about 2016. It was an awful year personally as well, but the music, it's just like, oh my god, it's like I want to remember this year because it was just
for sure,
iconic.
Yeah.
Literally iconic.
So we've got a game to finish with.
Yeah.
The game is just a simple guess the intro.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'll get this.
You'll be quite good at this, I think.
Yeah, I'm so ready to smash
I've
this.
tried to make it quite eclectic. Some of them we have spoken about.
Okay.
Just because I put some some of the big tunes from 2016 in there. I tried to make them not all too obvious, but I will also say some of the intros to these are really short.
This is so fun. Can I just say, like, I'm so buzzing, like, I'm on this podcast, and, like, thank you so much, like, honestly. Because, like, I'll do this sort of thing, like, when I did, like, my radio and stuff like that, like, I'll make games and stuff like that, but, like, deep down, like, you want to be the one playing the game.
Of course you want to be the one playing the game! I love Guess the Intro, and I don't get to play! I'm so glad you said that.
Oh my gosh.
You
so,
appreciate it.
Yeah, I really do. Thank you, honestly.
Right, we're going to dive right into Guess the Intro.
Yeah.
We've got 7, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to start with this.
Into You, Ariana Grande. Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Like that.
Before it even got to the song, and it wasn't even that loud. Good God.
Yeah,
Okay.
that intro. As soon as that, like, you just run straight to the dance floor when that comes on. Like everyone, it's like a,
Can I just
it's like
say,
a mating call.
Like, I fully believe you wholeheartedly. Having never been on a night out with you and just in you behind the booth, when you play the songs in club, you're enjoying it.
Oh my god!
Just as much, if not more.
Yeah,
than
probably
anyone
more.
else.
Probably
Yeah.
more.
I can
Yeah.
really see you like behind there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you just love
this is
it.
great.
It makes it entertaining.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
You just come to see me dance,
Yeah.
not even
just
for the
standing in
music.
the corner watching you like that.
Please.
Number 2, bit of a change of style.
Okay.
I can't even remember what this sounds like, to be honest. So
Okay.
here we go.
Oh my god! This is 1975. Oh bugger. Somebody Else.
You're excellent at the same. Yes, 1975. Somebody else.
I take this so
There's
seriously.
an album called I Like It When You Sleep or something like that.
Yeah.
Weird album name.
Yeah,
I'm not
wasn't
sure
it?
I like it.
Yeah.
This one is, I could have sworn 2015, but maybe this person rose to prominence in 2015 and this came out.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a clue to start with, even though you shouldn't get clues. It's a cover.
Oh. Oh, bloody hell. Oh no! Oh, cancel this. It's Callum Scott.
It's Callum Scott.
Oh, do you know
Callum
what?
Scott.
I mean, no, well, he is in the family, so we can't hate him for that. But, like, you just don't touch Robin.
Thank you, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
That original song, like Dance Away by Robin, is probably my favourite song.
Yeah,
like, it's absolutely
yeah.
fucking amazing. That was Dance Away by Callum Scott covering Robin.
He, like, kind of, like, just pioneered then, like, for, like, every, like, singer, like, with a guitar known to man to, like,
slow down,
do, like,
amazing songs.
Yeah.
Ruins it. I agree.
Like, we don't need that in Mallorca, like, beach villas. Like, just turn it off.
I agree with
Just
you.
get it off.
That I had to put it on there. One of the biggest songs of 2016. whether you like it or not.
Locals.
Yeah. What they
Absolute
like, eh?
locals.
Right, you have got 3 out of 3 so far. Well
I'm
done.
buzzing.
Into
Oh my
number
God.
4.
Adventure of a Lifetime, Coldplay.
Excellent work.
So fun. This is a great song. They're currently touring.
Coldplay are touring?
Yeah, they're
Didn't
doing
know
like
that.
over a week in Wembley.
Are
Or
they?
O2 even.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That was Adventure of a Lifetime by Coldplay. That was, the song I liked most on that album was Him for the Weekend with Beyonce.
Yeah. Oh my
That's a
gosh.
great
Again,
tune.
yeah.
Right. You're on full mark so far.
Okay.
Straight in.
Oh, Alarm, Anne-Marie. I couldn't get my words out then.
Staggeringly good at this game. I genuinely don't think I would have got that in a million years. Anne-Marie surely only just rising to fame at that time.
Yeah, because Ciao Dios was like was bigger in 2017, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next is...
Oh, Hayley Steinfeld, Starving. Featuring,
Yeah.
well, produced by Zed and
Featuring.
Thingamabobs.
You got
I
it
can't
so
remember
far.
Oh, bugger, what's the DJ name? Gray.
Gray! God,
I
he's
just
a
love this
wizard!
year.
He's a
I
wizard!
love this year.
There's a reason you chose this year, because you know absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And this last one...
Okay.
About this one, I'm quite passionate.
Alive. Oh, right. Oh, Just Like Fire. Yeah,
Just Like
by Pink.
Fire by Pink. You got 7 out of 7!
Wow.
I'm
Thank
impressed.
you.
Well done.
Thank you.
You really improved yourself there, because there's people who can prep with a year and they're just quite frankly not prepped.
Really?
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Like, I believe them, they love the year, but do you know the music from the year? No, you don't. You don't know it as well as you should. But that, 7 out of 7 and Guess the Intro, I can only,
Wow.
commend.
It's like the first time I've ever played that game.
That's
and I
the
haven't
first time
like
I've
done
ever
it to
played Guess the Intro.
myself, you know.
I see. You've done amazing on the game, you've been a fucking fantastic guest, Dave.
Thank you. Oh my
And
gosh,
you
I'm so
really
glad.
Convinced me about 2016 and pop
Yeah.
in particular.
I'll drop you the Spotify playlist.
Please do, because I actually want that.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been amazing. I've had so much fun. It's not like Cheryl Cole then when I said that. Cheryl, not drop the Cole.
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Is your hair life? No, limp. Is your hair limp, lifeless? I love it.
And on that note, goodbye.